Hey, Hiza. Hey, this is Joe here. First time, long time, first time caller. Hey, Hiza, my back's been hurting. I play tennis every day. And how do I fix that?
Oh, simple, Joe. Foam roller. It fixes everything.
Ooh, I got one of those at home. The wife has it and it's collecting dust.
Dust it off, get to it, start rolling.
Oh,
Roll it. From your neck all the way down to your butt.
Hey, Cindy, where's the foam roller? Come get it for me. Here you go, hon. All right. I'm on it. I'm on the foam roller. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
I told you.
Yes. All right. So now he's, how often do I have to do this?
Every day. Ooh. In the morning, evening, daytime sometimes. All the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's the only way it's going to get better. And when it gets better, you don't stop. You just keep foam rolling. You just keep doing it forever.
Okay. I'll call again next week.
All right, perfect.
Drop the intro. I like this.
Oh, man. A lot of serious people lately.
A lot of serious people. What are you trying to say? I'm hearing you not. You don't think I'm serious. That's what I'm hearing.
You're fun. That's what I like. I want more fun people. You're a good storyteller.
Nothing's fun. Everything is bleak. So bleak.
It's that sarcasm that's really refreshing.
I'm hurting inside.
Welcome to episode 38. Oh, dang, I gotta look this up actually.
Oh man! Oh, he doesn't even know what episode. Oh snap!
I'm so backlogged.
What episode? What was the first episode? What episode? What episode did I do the first time?
You did episode 3.
I did episode.
You did episode 3.
All right. At least it's under 10, so I'm cool.
You were actually the first interviewee.
That was when you had just your iPhone and the mics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just had the little alligator clips.
Uh-huh.
And we were down in Red Zone.
Christine. Right now, I gotta think real quick. Who are the people?
You don't, man. This guy right here.
15, 37, 38, 39. Okay. So I'm gonna include that. That's just like a blooper reel.
We're at episode what now?
39.
All right. 39. I did 3 and then 39. Damn,
yes.
What happened in between, bro?
There was a lot of people.
Dang, man. I know. Shoot, you're all over the place.
Welcome to episode 39 of the Catch Up Podcast with Brian Sumo Sumardi, the #1 podcast where you feed your curiosity. And as you can tell from that intro, we have Hiza back. Back. Episode 3.
Oh, man. So good to be back. Thank you very much for inviting me back. I appreciate it. It's always fun catching up with you, man.
For sure. We got to explain that foam rolling skit.
Hey, you explain. You the one that set me up, man.
Well, honestly,
let me tell you.
That's me.
All, this guy invites me on his podcast, and he tells me that I got to come up with a skit.
We did it together. It was synergy.
It was a setup.
That's how we did it.
It was a setup.
You brought it up. Synergy was key.
I felt set up. It was a surprise. This is exactly why interviewees ask for notes ahead of time. I now know. I learned my lesson. Between episode 3 and 39, I learned nothing.
But I mean, one thing I think honestly, I do that actually. I have my clients like foam roll initially as like a pre-activation warm up, or just to get a feeling for themselves. Because my thing is like muscle body connection, and you seem to feel like it's not that great.
It's not that I feel like that. It's not really my feelings about it. I think it's just where the evidence is leading us. I think that what we're seeing is that we're basing a lot of performance and takeaways from a piece of equipment that's not doing what we think it's doing. And that to me has been the biggest hurdle with foam rolling. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with foam rolling itself.
Okay.
If you think it feels good.
Right.
but there is something wrong if you think it's relieving, breaking down scar tissue, or breaking down any sort of adhesions in your body parts that you're rolling, or that if you're breaking down or that you're relieving muscle knots. That's not what's happening.
Do you think it's the same with Graston?
Yeah,
scraping?
same idea. I mean, it's just, I mean, the it feels good, initially, but the benefits are not long lasting,
right?
And which is why you have to keep doing it over and over and over again,
right?
So I mean, to me, that's a really low.
It's a scam.
It's not necessarily a scam, but it's a low bar technique.
Okay.
I more or less look for things that are going to be long-term solutions, not quick band-aids. And these are quick band-aids, but people are advertising them as these miracle fix-alls. And what we're seeing is that more and more people are electing to do this and not really appreciating the fact that your body's a lot more robust than that, but also the sheer force that it takes to actually break down scar tissue or break down, fascia, which is the connective tissue around the body, is significantly greater than what the foam roller can do. So it's thousands and thousands of pounds per square inch,
right? Rather
than your own body weight rolling on it. So to actually deform fascia takes a lot more force than what a foam roller can do.
Okay.
So that's why that to me. So like I said, I'm not anti foam rolling, but what I am against is anyone who tells a client or a patient that foam rolling is doing some sort of magical benefit of relieving, or breaking down scar tissue or breaking down muscle, knots and relieving that, because it doesn't. Obviously, if it did, you'd only need to do it once or twice and it'd be done. But people are foam rolling for years now.
Okay.
I have patients come in and they're like, "Yeah, I've got tight hamstrings. What do you do for it?" I foam roll. I'm like, well, if you've been foam rolling for 5 years and it hasn't gotten better, clearly it's not foam rolling that you need to do. But again, people will keep doing it again and again and again for that hope factor, right?
Right.
And so that to me is what I'm against. I'm against foam rolling. If you tell me, hey, look, man, I foam roll because I feel good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But if you're like, hey, I foam roll so that I can lengthen my hamstring, or that I can get better mobility out of a particular body part, then I have a problem with that, because that's not an evidence-led proposition. It's really more of what we've been kind of anecdotally told, like, hey, you foam roll if you feel tight, or you foam roll if you strain something.
Right.
But there are so many other more beneficial things that you can do that provide or produce a better return on your investment in time and sometimes even money.
Okay. Before I want to get to exactly what you do and how your techniques help the average person, or even to the extreme or elite athletes, what else are the other things? Like I mentioned Graston. What do you think about chiropractic as well?
I think, like every profession, you have professionals, that either build you up or build you down, right? I am not a person that says, hey, one practice or one style is wrong compared to another. But I do have a problem whether you're a physical therapist, a chiropractor, occupational therapist, or whatever, if you create a mindset or an environment that a patient feels they absolutely positively need you and only you, and that I have a problem with, because that is not what our jobs are. Our job is to really provide or develop a therapeutic alliance with our patients and really get them to feel confident in the ability to get back to doing what they enjoy doing.
Right.
The whole purpose of coming to, rehab or chiro or whatever other therapies is so that you can get the hell out of there and get back to doing what you enjoy doing.
Right.
Right. So if I create a mindset or I create an environment where you feel vulnerable because of your injury, or you feel that there's only one way to get out of this jam and it's through me, then I'm not doing you any favors. I'm actually doing you a disservice. And what we end up seeing is that people tend to stay chronically ill in that area for a lot longer than it would actually take.
Right.
As opposed to saying, hey, look, if you've got an injury to your back, whether it's a strain, a sprain, or even a bulging disc, most of these conditions will get better on their own. Most of these things will go away on their own.
Yeah, that was one thing that I wanted to add. I wanted to say about like how we got together is that we had that same similar concept that we just wanted people to be done with us. Like we want to help people and then send them along their way.
Yeah.
And one thing I truly like appreciate about your mindset is that we both wanted to help each other out as practitioners of therapy.
Yeah. Well, first of all, when I get your text, I was like, who is this? And then I thought it was spam. I was like, oh man, this guy wants to meet and discuss stuff. I'm like, oh man. But I think, given the fact that, how I came up was, I asked a lot of questions, and I was lucky enough to have people around me who were more experienced, who actually took me in and gave me the time to kind of ask questions and figure out what the profession's all about, or if I had questions specific to performance. There were people that actually gave of their time without charging me anything to actually sit down and chat with them. So, that's always been my mindset too, is that I love connecting with other professionals, in part because I know how important it is for my own professional growth and development, but I also know where I came from and how I came up. That's what you did.
Right.
The people ahead of you, took you under their wing. Now it's a little different. Now they charge a consulting fee, and
everyone's trying to get theirs.
Yeah, they're trying to get theirs. And so, I'm old, but I guess I'm old school. And when it comes to kind of that mentorship, and I really love the camaraderie that we've been able to develop with, whether it's from the clinical side or the performance side. I think what our system really encourages is really this kind of open dialogue,
right?
And being receptive to different ideas, and also how each side can go about creating the most effective treatment process or most effective performance product for our clients or our athletes or our patients.
Let's get into that. Like, I know I'm from the powerlifting side, and I just lift heavyweight, and I teach my clients that to build their confidence. What other areas of fitness are you like working with, like CrossFit?
So yeah, I work with. Oh man, I feel like I feel so lucky that I haven't pigeonholed myself into one particular avenue. So I work with a myriad of patients. I have triathletes, I have tennis players, I have hockey players, I have lacrosse, I have CrossFitters. I work with bone density or osteopenic or osteoporosis patients. And they all have really unique things in mind, and that is they have very specific goals in mind, and that they want to get back to doing those things, whether it's an active lifestyle, whether it's getting back to performance. All of it is performance-based, right? And so I feel lucky that even with our prenatal and postpartum patients, I think the goal for every person that comes through our doors is really to get back to doing what they enjoy doing. And I think that may be partly why I have not necessarily been pigeonholed as one type of provider, one type of clinician who only works with specific patient population. So I think that that mindset and that curiosity has really kind of taken over the practice, but also being able to work with guys like you and all the other trainers down in Red Zone, I think has really allowed me to also get the exposure and really be able to assist so many more people than I could have ever imagined. Yeah,
because like you yourself, you're a cyclist, you're a runner, so you have that like really close niche. And then you have the trainers that are also here who do CrossFit, power lift, and that's where I kind of wanted to get at. And I was wondering if there are any other areas of fitness that I don't know. Soccer players, I know you also do that international.
Yep, we have got a couple international players now. It's crazy, but it's we've got professional tennis players, semi-pros. Yeah, we have. I think that what really gravitates patients and folks to us is really our mindset, which is really get you back to doing what you enjoy doing.
Right.
And I think
it's almost like an elite status, like elite mindset that I feel like we don't believe in scarcity. That we just want to help get to the next level. My little piece of my background is this. So let me give you a little